And here we are with Chantel Lavender. We haven't seen you since the success of last season. You've been busy. There's been a whole off season. Time has passed, but hey, it's back to work, as they say. Good to see you. And how you doing tonight, Chantel?
I'm good. I feel good. I'm glad to be, back with the team in full flow. Took me a little while to, get my feet back under me with the time change from Europe. Now we're doing well. I think that our team is starting to flow a lot more. Our offense looked really sharp tonight. Yes. We got to close in on some of those defensive possessions, but we're making progress, and that's all that matters. Sure.
And it's a long season, and just in the first third of the season, Coach Agler and the coaching staff are looking for certain combinations and giving it time to gel and see how things go in the post game, and then look at the film and then look at the next opponent. But it's a long season, but so far so good.
Definitely, I think that everybody is just really focused. I think everybody wants to make an impact on the game. We have a great bench. Our starters have been playing well, but to come off the bench with Odyssey Sims, Raquana Williams, Sydney had a great game in the beginning with 22 points. We just have a lot of weapons, and I think that once we keep working the kinks out, I think we'll be able to find a great rotation, and everybody will work really well together.
Okay, and last time we were here, we didn't have a chance to talk to you, but we did ask a question about the road trips and how that seemed to bring some of the chemistry, make the group tighter, the team tighter, because you're bonding a little bit more.
Yeah, road trips are, it defines who you are. I think that it shows chemistry because you have no fans, you have no family there, you have nobody really to support you but your teammates. And oftentimes you do get closer. This team wasn't together ever. We never really played with this group, and for us to be able to have that camaraderie on the road was great. We picked it up a little slow at the end, but to be able to get that win on the road, it shows our character and that we're trying to grow.
And this was a statement game, it was a payback game against the Wings. Just a couple of days ago you lost them, but tonight you came out of the gate very strong and just wire to wire, so to speak. But the way the team played, they did make a run. You knew they would, but your defense again was very strong. Alana Beard continuing to spark with her defensive aggressiveness, and then just Candace and yourself coming in, and NECA and everybody just really doing their job.
Most definitely. I think a lot of times people may look at Dallas and they don't see like a super vet there, but they have a very talented team. They have Skylar Diggins leading them, and I don't think people really give her the credit that's due. She's a really great guard. I had an opportunity to play with her at USA Basketball. She's very, very good. Just crafty around the basket. And then they have people that are relentless on the boards like Lori Johnson. So that first game, I think we kind of slept a little bit. We kind of got comfortable with the lead. In this game, we just knew we couldn't relax at all. So like you said, we were sharp in the beginning because we knew that they're a team that you just can't ever relax with.
And let's go into the time machine just a little backward here to last almost in the fall, because the season lasted so long last year because of the Olympics. But last time we saw you were celebrating at the World Championships parade downtown in Staples Center Square here. But then after that, you had time to be off a little bit, maybe spend some time with family. Were you able to go get back to home?
No. Typically when the season goes that far, like overseas seasons have already begun. You're well into like 3 and 4 games. So I had like a couple of days, and then I headed over to Turkey.
Because what we wanted to bring in was the emotion that you were able to share with your family, friends.
They were there.
And being on a very high cloud of, you were a champion, the world champion, third time, but for the team. But then the ring ceremony, all those things fell in line. And your thoughts now that you look back and you can hang your hat now. This is my championship and my ring. But you're not finished. You're not satisfied yet.
Absolutely. I think that winning the ring is an unbelievable feeling. I think that all teams aspire to win a ring, and I think that you don't really understand how it truly feels until you actually get it. You can say you won it, you can do everything, but when you actually win a ring, the feeling is just so liberating that you just worked hard the entire season. Every adversity that you faced just went, it was for a reason. And I think that we understand that. We know what it takes. We know how hard it was. We know as easily as we won it, we could have lost it. NECA could have missed that shot. So we know it's that tight. Like, I think it's that close to, in any instance, you can't ever relax. And I think that we understand that. And I think we're here. We have six of us that were here last year that knows what that feels like, and we're here to push everybody, the people who don't know that feeling, to let them know like what it takes every day, day in and day out, in order to be a champion.
And the word has come back to you from Buckeye Nation. Got to be very happy and proud of you.
Most definitely. Ohio State is an unbelievable school. They support me through everything. It's unbelievable. I love my Bucks, but I know that they support us. Hopefully I can get them out to some games, some of the girls from the team, and one day. but I never get to go back there too often.
Well, you keep playing the way you are, and there will be many lasting impressions that you'll make
Thank you.
And, of course, your growing fan base here,
You.
not only in L.A., but around the world and around the league, WNBA, again, and I would call it in correlation to the NBA.
Yeah.
Is now really gaining a lot more steam.
Yeah, I think
and
so.
Your thoughts on the game, the women's game, becoming more common?
I mean, it's
understood?
more. I mean, I think it's more understood. It's more common. Just alone yesterday with LeBron James in his press conference saying that he's going to watch WNBA games. That's all that needs to be said. Drops mic and walks away.
End of statement.
End of statement.
Okay. Chantel Lavender, good
Thank
seeing
you.
again,
Thank
okay?
you.
We'll
Good to see you
back.
too.
Okay. All right. More interviews coming from the winning locker room here at the LA Sprx, defeating the Dallas Wings and 97-87, I believe, the final. We'll be back in a moment. This is East LA Sports Scene. Okay, speaking of Raquana Williams, the newest member, one of the newest members to the LA Sparks, and a good place to be, Raquana. But first of all, congratulations on a big win tonight. And how are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good to see you and good to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Our fans will now be introduced to you by our program here, East LA Sports Scene. But what did it take for the Sparks to land you and bring that contract here to LA and put you in a very good place to be here with the reigning world champion?
Family based, you know. I mean, of course, I remember playing against them nonstop, and this organization want to win championships, and I definitely want to be a part of that. So that was enough convincing for me that they're always on the rise to win championships.
And briefly tell us a little bit about your career in the WNBA. How many years has it been, and the teams you played with?
I played on one team, Tulsa Shock.
Okay.
I missed one season, which was last season. I ruptured my Achilles 2 weeks before I was supposed to report to training camp. But it's been up and down, but so far, pretty good.
But making pace and keeping strong and making sure you're able to endure a season, because these are not very easy things to do. Put your body out there every night in practice and in playing games. But your thoughts on when Coach Agler asked you to come in along with the management of the Sparks, looking at players to replace Christy Tolliver and beyond that. They needed new players here, and you fit the bill.
Well, actually, would have already been on the team last year, but since I ruptured my Achilles, I had to. But I actually spoke with Penny more so than Brian.
Okay.
But she told me exactly what she was looking for. So.
Okay. Well, then in that pause to regain your composure and your health
Right.
was good for you, because you knew what was going to be around the horizon.
Oh yeah, I talked to
for the
Penny. I talked to Penny once a week, every week until I got back here.
Okay. And of course, the role that they've asked you to play, it seems that you have filled in both offensively and defensively, just what the Sparks need.
Oh, absolutely. That was the biggest thing I talked to Coach about, and I went to him, asked him what needs to be done for me to play and be on the court, and he told me right now just play defense.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing, just play defense.
Okay. And being a member of the Sparks, your work is going to be cut out for you, because when you're not playing, you'll be going into the community, and the Sparks are a very, very big, strong fan base here in not only South LA, East LA, West LA, throughout the entire Southern California area. Your thoughts on being asked to go out and talk about the Sparks program?
I'm all for it, especially anything dealing with the fans. Like, it's not only just a job, it's something you enjoy doing. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we want to hopefully keep our door open with you and come back and talk to you throughout the remainder of the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we're going to try and catch up with Coach Brian Agler in just a moment out here for his post-game press conference. This is East LA Sports Scene.
And it's nice to have players that can hit shots in the clutch, and she's definitely doing that. I don't know how many assists she had, but I know she shot the ball well from the field, and I know she had a great game.
Yeah. And can you talk about what happened with Alana Beard, end of third? What was that technical there?
I mean, you'll have to ask the officials that. I think that, I know Alana, and she doesn't curse. So I think she was just frustrated because of the call, and she ran away from the official down towards the bench. And I guess the official felt like she may have showed her up. I don't know. That would be a question to ask them.
Coach, what a difference a couple of days make. An Avenge win tonight against the Wings. Your thoughts, because coming out of the gate, very strong, very powerful, very potent. And I believe the game plan would have been to jump on them very quickly, and that's what you did.
We did get off to a really good start and maintained it. They came back a little bit in the second quarter, and then we extended it again in the third, and in the fourth quarter we got a little bit passive but held them off at the end.
And again, very early, it looked like the dominant force was in the paint. I believe it was 14-6 in the first quarter, and that set the tone.
Yeah, it did. And then defensively, I thought we really got off to a great start. Held them to 8 points in the first quarter, which gave us a chance to get the lead.
Coach, are these the kind of games where, while you're thinking of leads as they grow, and it ballooned to a 20-point lead at one point, do you think about sometimes thinking, when am I going to be able to use some of my reserves that need to get their feet wet in this league very quickly?
Yeah, Raquana got good minutes tonight, and there's a couple other people we'd like to get in. So we'll pick and choose our times to do that.
Coming in Thursday, another big game. Each game, as we say, is a big game, and you have to win at home. And, of course, the culture here, you've been developing it with the fan base, very strong. It's almost a sixth person on the court. Your thoughts on the opponents coming in, because they're going to be very strong?
Yeah, San Antonio, even though they have not won a game yet this year, they're steadily getting better, and they've got some dynamic guards. But we like playing at home. Our fans are motivated. They like to see us. They are energetic, and hopefully we can play well again on Thursday.
And I think I don't know if you were watching last night with LeBron's statement. That seemed to have been, it's gone viral. And we were just talking with Chantel, and she said, if you saw last night, LeBron is going to have some time to spend and watch the WNBA, and hopefully even add more awareness to the game.
Yeah, that was a great statement. He's a tremendous ambassador for the game of basketball, and I know that he's a fan of the WNBA. He loves the game. He studies it. A lot of the NBA players support the WNBA. It was nice for him to make that statement, and I know he has a home out here, so maybe he'll show up in Staples sometime and watch us play. And
quickly, Coach, going back to the Phoenix game, just a couple of days ago, had to be one of the best watched games thus far in the season. So much was on that game, and of course Alana Beard with the steal. But quickly, because it was such a well-watched game, your thoughts on the victory?
Anytime we play Phoenix, it's going to be very competitive, and both teams usually play well against each other. Alana made a couple really big defensive plays down the stretch, and NECA did as well. But Chelsea hit shots, Candace hit shots. There were a lot of timely made shots for us. But Griner and Taurasi, they're tough to defend, and they're going to win a lot of games. Phoenix is better than what people might think.
Lastly, Coach, I had a quick question about Phoenix coming right back on Sunday. It's going to be another big game.
Yeah, it is. And we're not even thinking about that because we got San Antonio first. Yes. But like I said, every time we play Phoenix, it's a heated, competitive game.
Okay. Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the big win. Thank you. All right. Okay, that'll wrap things up here from Staples Center, the home of the LA Sparks, and they come home tonight with a big victory, 97-87 over the Dallas Wings. It was all the Sparks. They had it their way from the very, very first tip-off of the game, and they just kept running and dominating on offense. The defense took care of itself, as the Sparks are becoming well known for throughout the league. But in the end, it was a multiple, I believe it was 5 players in double figures. Chelsea Gray had another outstanding game today. And it's very difficult sometimes to get her now on the post-game interviews because she's going up and out up to the networks and speaking to ESPN, speaking to Sports Spectrum Sports Net here and many other outlets. But we certainly have her on our radar for next time we're able to come in and get an interview. Chelsea Gray, because she's a rising star in the WNBA. So for Eric Saunders, Rico Cabrera, thanks for watching this edition of BCLA Sports Scene, and we'll see you very soon. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.